People are telling me 25 male that my girlfriend 25 female cheated on me. So last month, my 25 male girlfriend 25 female of 2 years got asked to go on a cheap vacation with a group of people she kind of knows. She's friends with 2 people in the group, and they were going to get a discount if they had 10 people to go on the trip. It was a 10 for 8 discount, and basically 2 people would go on the trip for free, but their friend group had only 9 people, so they asked my girlfriend. She didn't want to go, but her friend pressured her, saying that she's never left the country before and it would be fun. She caved and went on the trip, and she hated it. Like, she would call me to do nothing but complain about the activities in the group, which I understood because the planned trip was all stuff my girlfriend hates. Scuba diving, she's afraid of the ocean. Hiking for a day and a half, she doesn't like camping. Going to parties, she has sensory issues. Being a slut on the beach, which is what she called the day she spent watching the other 9 girls flirt with everything and everything that moved and other stuff. She's introverted, and I can count on my hands the number of times she leaves the house in a week, including taking out the trash or going grocery shopping. She works from home as well, so she doesn't have to go to the office. She came back about 2 weeks ago, and the day before yesterday, I got a text from my sister, 26 female, saying that we needed to talk. I met her yesterday and she told me that my girlfriend cheated on me on the trip. Apparently, one of the girls felt guilty and told my sister, who's friends with her. According to this girl, my girlfriend went clubbing with them, had 10 shots, got drunk, kissed a guy, went to the bathroom with him, did a line of coke off his and then proceeded to have with at least a dozen different men. And guess what? My sister apparently got video evidence of this. She showed me a crappy video in 360p of a girl with the same hair color and build as my girlfriend riding some black dude while off 3 others and saying they were so much better than her boyfriend. It was like watching some weird cuckold porn, and I was mystified. The quality of the video was so horrible that for all I knew, it could be Lana Rhoades in it. And none of the actions of that night described my girlfriend. The clubbing. She hates the sensory overload from the loud music and flashing lights. She would never go to a nightclub. 10 shots. My girlfriend is a lightweight that can barely function after 3 cocktails. If she had 10 shots, she'd probably be dead. Not to mention that she hates the taste of alcohol and only drinks fruity cocktails. Coke. So apparently my girlfriend got blackout drunk and also decided to do hard drugs. That makes no sense to me. Sleeping with a dozen men. She's a little nervous when having vanilla sex with me, so unless the liquid courage and coke did 180 to her personality, she would never agree to a gangbang. And this apparently took place on their last night there. Wouldn't she have a horrible hangover, not to mention whatever the equivalent of a hangover for coke? When I picked her up from the airport, she was so fresh and happy to see me. In contrast, all the other girls looked like zombies. There were more holes in the story than Swiss cheese, but my sister was so insistent that I just told her I talked to my girlfriend to get her to leave me alone. I went home and said that people said you cheated on me, and I'm confused why, and she was just as confused. She said none of that ever happened, and she spent the last night there in her room on her laptop. She wanted to get a good night's sleep before the flight since she finds it hard to sleep on airplanes. And one other important factor is that she was cheated on in her previous relationship, and she told me a long time ago that she would break up with me instead of cheating because no one deserves to go through something like that. I believe my girlfriend, but it's my sister who's telling me this, someone I'm incredibly close to and trust. If her friend came to me with this story, I would likely have laughed in her face. And honestly, it took everything in me not to laugh at my sister because the story she gave me reads like a crappy porn plot. But my sister wouldn't lie to me, so now I'm conflicted. And now she's gone and told a bunch of mutual friends who are telling me that the proof all points to her cheating on me. The proof is so full of holes that no one would ever believe it. But the person telling me this is one of the most important people in my life. But another person incredibly important to me is telling me that the story isn't true. What the heck do I do? Am I wrong for refusing to go to my friend's boyfriend's party after she demanded to approve my outfit? My 29 female friend Kate, 28 female, has a boyfriend Jamie, 29, whom she has been with for nearly 3 years. We met Jamie on a night out, and I would say that although he's Kate's boyfriend, I consider him a friend. We share an interest in a particular sport that we text about sometimes, and if I have a spare hospitality ticket to one of the sporting fixtures, I will sometimes invite Jamie to go. Jamie's 30th is coming up, and Jamie and Kate planned a big party, and I peripherally helped out with logistics when asked. A few days ago, Kate texted me. She asked if I wouldn't mind toning down my look for the party and if I could send her a picture of what I was planning to wear. I asked her what this meant, and after asking several times if she really had to say it, She asked if I could dress verbatim, basically what I would consider frumpy, because she really didn't want to be outshone at her own boyfriend's birthday party. When I didn't reply right away, she went on to say that she wanted Jamie's full attention that night, which she couldn't get if I showed up dressed properly. I was a bit annoyed by what she was implying, so I said if I was going to be so much of a concern for her, I'd rather just politely decline the invitation. Katie freaked out, saying I was being immature by not coming just because I couldn't steal the spotlight. I said it wasn't about that. It was about her making me responsible for whether or not I drew her boyfriend's attention, which is something I've never tried to do nor done as far as I'm aware. She then said it was really important to Jamie that she stand out because his friends and colleagues would be there. I just told her that again, if she was so worried I was going to be distracting everyone, I'd rather not come than feel humiliated from now until the event. I said I would send her Jamie's gift and she could tell him why I wasn't coming. I guess she didn't tell him the reason because Jamie messaged me saying he knows I'm booked the night of the party, but he'd really like it if I could be there, and asked if I could reorganize so I could come. I hadn't replied, but I got a message from Kate saying she knows Jamie is trying to get me to come and please could I just put my pride aside and come to the party. I asked if she was going to ditch the outfit policing, but she said no, so I said I would not be coming. She didn't reply, but I've since received a couple of texts from mutual friends saying that while her request is ridiculous, Kate is aware of that. She's just desperate to be seen a certain way, and even if it's pathetic, I would probably feel the same way in her shoes. Other friends I've told who do not know Kate say I should not bow to the pressure and that she's nuts for even asking, and I don't disagree, but I also feel bad for skipping the party when it's Jamie's birthday, and he asked specifically that I come. So, should I be going? As surprised as I was that so many people said to tell Jamie, I did realize it was the right thing to do. So I texted him and told him that Kate was insisting I dressed a certain way. Jamie called and explained. A couple of months ago, Jamie and Kate were out with a few of his friends. These friends that I mentioned in my comments are not fond of Kate, and everyone had a lot to drink. They were talking about how they met their significant others, and the story of Jamie and Kate meeting came up. Apparently, during the telling of the story, Kate asked Jamie why he had decided to hit on her rather than me, and one of his friends joked that it was because he knew he didn't have a shot with the hot one, me. Kate asked if this was true, and Jamie, having way too much to drink, explained in a way that made it sound kind of true. He said he did notice me that night and thought I was attractive just seeing me. He said he would never have approached me because he knew he would never have a chance with someone like me. So in that way, his friend was right. He said that speaking to Kate was the absolute best outcome because he loves her and plans on spending the rest of his life with her. But even knowing this, Kate has taken this extremely hard. And even though she says she's over it, he's noticed changes in her behavior that seem to be related to that. He also admitted that he'd been planning to propose to Kate at the party, and that is why he'd wanted me to be there. But after hearing this, on top of the way she has been handling the situation previously, he won't be doing that anymore. Oh no! After speaking to Jamie, I called Kate. She admitted that she had tied a lot to her self-worth in the fact that she'd finally been picked over me, and now it felt like it wasn't true. She apologized for trying to solve her insecurities through me, but also said she wasn't sure she would able to have me in her life as much as I had been with the way she's been feeling. As hurt as I was, I said I understood. She said she still wanted me to come to the party since I'd helped organize it, and she obviously dropped the absurd dress code, so I will be going to the party. I trust that Katie will communicate her boundaries to Jamie, but I don't plan on inviting him to any more events for the foreseeable future. I'm really sad that I probably lost a longtime friend over the drunken awkwardness of other people, but I also get that Kate can't help how she feels, and frankly it's for the best not to be in a secret competition. So yeah, I'm hurt, but I'm going to the party. Not a satisfying update, but an honest one. So she has a little small update too where she says, going through these comments has actually brought up a couple of memories that have, in hindsight, made me a bit uncomfortable, and I actually don't think I will end up going to this party. As much as the mutual friends will have questions, and I don't know how much of the truth I will end up telling, I feel too weird right now to continue to be involved in this situation.
Am I wrong for giving my wife her birthday gift early to keep my mother-in-law from stealing the idea? My wife just had her 40th birthday, and for several weeks she's been talking about a special event she wants to attend, so I bought her tickets. My mother-in-law recently wrote me asking for ideas for my wife's birthday. So I told her my wife's favorite restaurants and what she expressed to me she wants to do for the family gathering. But mother-in-law insisted that this time she wants to do some sort of activity with my wife, not go out to eat. So I told my mother-in-law about the special event and that I already bought tickets. I shared this information to try to give her an idea of kind of where to go from there, not to steal my idea, of course. But anyway, for the next several days, mother-in-law was acting very sketchy and insisted she and her daughter meet up for a girls' day. I read the writing on the wall and assumed my mother-in-law wanted to steal my gift-giving thunder, so I surprised my wife with the tickets the day before. And sure enough, mother-in-law did buy another set of tickets. Am I wrong for giving my wife her birthday gift early to keep my mother-in-law from stealing my idea? I read the writing on the wall and assumed my mother-in-law wanted to steal my gift-giving thunder. So I decided to surprise my wife with the tickets the day before she met with her mom. And sure enough, mother-in-law did buy another set of tickets to the event. She even told my wife she overheard her talking about it and really wanted to surprise her before her birthday. So my wife told her that that was very kind, but she already had tickets from me. She told her mom maybe she could find someone who wanted to join and we could all go together and that would be so fun. I guess she took it in stride that day, or so I hear, but the next day she called me and told me I was horrible for giving her gift early. I asked her why she bought tickets to the same event and why she tried to give her gift early if I'm horrible for doing the same thing. She told me it's her right as her mother and that I was horrible and hung up in my face. So am I wrong for giving her the gift early? Obviously not.